Welcome to Tanks Invest. We talk about investing, finance, or professional women. As a recording time of 8:52 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,636, down about 4.65% so far. On the key coins of the house, we are relatively comparable, both down respectively 4.5%, and on the altcoin side of the house is also demanding a relatively negative sentiment. Obviously, if you look across the spectrum, the coins with the lower entry price demand a higher level of volatility, which subsequently drive a more of a negative pressure whenever it's on the negative side of the house, right? And on the media front, I'm just looking across the spectrum. It's not the most active day in terms of like how many quantitative news has been coming out, right? But in terms of substantiveness, I would say that across the spectrum, the substance is really still cultivating around the Russian-Ukraine war, right? And just give you guys a high level synopsis, the key points, right? 150,000 Russian troops are stationed at various points along the border of Ukraine. At the same time, with respect to the recent verbiage coming from the NATO Secretary of General, Jens Stoltenberg, told on various different media platforms that with respect to all the capabilities in place in Russia that are launch an attack as well on Ukraine could be happening any days now, right? Without any prior warning whatsoever. At the same time, we saw yesterday some sort of a negative or ominous foreshadow with respect to the Russian military. So they have decided to demonstrate by launching ballistic and cruise missiles on Saturday to basically show off their nuclear readiness, right? Some sort of like puffing their chest. They would not be in a vulnerable position. They are going to stand their ground. So if there's any, offensive motive coming or any initialization, they're ready to go. And with respect to some of the verbiage coming out from the White House yesterday, that U.S. And also with respect to U.K. seems like it's going to be in alliance alongside with Ukraine. If the war breaks out, we are going to be right there with them. So definitely negative. Seems very, very. The tension's rising. There's definitely an element of hostility there. So definitely not the most ideal, onto driving anti-collision effects across the financial market, obviously. So that's the main cow. Let's just dive into technical analysis to see what's going on now. So with respect to a recording time of 8:55 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,636, about 4.63% so far. As you can see, I'm wearing my green hat. I'm trying to show like some spiritual or mental support for you guys, despite obviously technical never lies. So let's hope that this green hat that I'm wearing, as the day durates, it will get better. But at the moment right now, we are at the exact technical level that I identified yesterday, right? We said that we were going to be coming down to the next natural level. So right now, the 39 out of 70, we formed a death cross already. So do we see another crash down, right? I think the worst will probably be 2,362. We're still at the low, like the upper echelon of the 30s. But again, right, anywhere from below 35 to 30 is relatively oversold. But you see that there's a big gap. So we might technically just kind of levitate a little bit at the 2,450 if we get even more negative downsell to the level of 2,362, right? Do we see 2,150? I would say that's there is a possibility there because it's such a volatile asset in general, but in the near term, based on a technical, it needs to fall down in a natural cadence, right? So 2,150 doesn't quite make sense at the moment. With respect to Bitcoin, down about 4.52%. We are gliding at the next natural level, right? 37,500 with the 30 out of 70. We formed a death cross recently. So I think we're going to bounce from the 37,500, which I think we try to already. And do we see 34? I would say that's a really big stretch because of, first, a large gap. At the same time, we are relatively oversold already. So, unless a lot of people collectively get freaking out and, sell on our loss collectively. But without that type of causation effects, I think we'll be okay around 37,500. We're still at the buy level. With respect to Dogecoin at 1372 right now, at the 41 out of 70, so I like anywhere from basically 1350. Basically, we're almost there to 12 cents from here. Cardano's we below $1, you could see that we're relatively oversold at the 35 right now. So again, right, anywhere, I guess I said that below 99 cents all the way to 92 cents. So we're basically 1 cent above the bottom technically, and I think we should technically bounce, and I think we did bounce. You can see that clearly. So not a terrible level to encourage right now. Solana is down about 1.5%. Right now, 36 out of 70. Again, right, anywhere from 90 all the way to 80 is still a good level to buy, to encourage for Solana. XRP still lingering. We're about to form a death cross. 53 out of 70. Again, right, I don't, anywhere below 69 to 57 would be ideally a buying area, but I personally would be more cautious around 62 to 57. Polkadot down about 4%, 17 right now. Let me just double check. There we go. Polkadot is okay. Let me just, I think there's something wrong with the RSI. Let me just like make sure. There we go. That makes more sense. That made no sense before. Like, was at the 50s. So at the 17 cents, $17 right now. I like anywhere from current level all the way to 1587 from here. ALGORAND's down about 5%. Yeah, anywhere from current level all the way to 79 from here. Shiba Inu is normalizing right now. This is just, you know, normal course of cadence. It's gonna continue to sell back down. Again, low 2000s, 1400 to 900. MacTac is selling down just as natural course of cadence. We're going to naturally glide back down to 143. So 142 to 120 from here. AVAX now about 7% right now. Large gap, right? 59 to 50 is still my ideal sweet spot. I will probably just weigh it off right now with the basically the still at the upper echelon of the neutral. 47 out of 70. Luna at the 48 right now. So we're basically $3 above the 45, right? Again, 62, 52 to 45 from here, right? So I think the buying opportunities are around the corner for Luna specifically. So it seems like across the spectrum, we're still, you know, obviously de-escalating and selling down on a of a gradual bleed type of, you know, momentum. And until we get the confirmatory signals on the war, you know, I think if it happens, it's going to obviously have a jerk effect, selling down, contingent on how severe it is. I think it might have some shock and awe affectation that could crash us down to maybe 2 to 3 resistance levels from the current comfortable, you know, lay around level that we are at right now, or consolidated level, if you may. But if it doesn't happen, we should technically rebound because across the board, we are relatively like levitating above just the oversold level. So the market is definitely looking for a reason to rebuy, but we'll see how that goes, right? So hopefully this is helpful on this Sunday. I'm going to go ahead on and prepare for the day, but let me know if you have any questions, and take care. Bye.